It's that time again. Time for our card class. Very exciting. Happy to have you all here tonight. I know everyone's jumping on. Just make sure I have I do. All right. Hello. This is exciting. Tonight, everyone that purchased a card kit tonight, everyone who's registered for tonight, is going to be entered to win the Blue Jeans card kit from Creative Memories. Happy birthday, Jacqueline! Everyone wish Jacqueline a happy birthday. Thanks for spending your birthday evening with us, Jacqueline. The Blue Jeans card kit is really fun, and if you've never done one of the Creative Memories card kits, then you'll be excited to do this. Everyone's hopping on. So you don't have to do anything to win the card kit. Everyone that is already registered for the class tonight is registered for that. Everybody else who shares the video tonight will be entered to win the June card class. So maybe you're just checking it out. Maybe you're not registered for the class tonight, but you like what you see. You can go ahead and share this live, and you will be entered to win the June card class. So my card classes are $20 to $25, $20 if you come and pick up the cards from me, and $25 if I ship them to you. And so if you are not registered but you want to try out one of the card classes, just go share this video to your Facebook page and then comment here, shared, so that I know that you shared. And I will do the drawing for that tomorrow. When will I do it? Tomorrow night, right? Before Stacy and Tracy go live. So just like I have the last couple weeks. So that way you'll give a chance, you can share, and other friends can watch and they can share, and they can win the June card class. All right, so tonight I will be doing the drawing. I've got everybody who's registered, everybody's names in there for the Blue Jeans card kit. And happy birthday to Jacqueline. And I think we're ready to roll. So fun to see everybody on here. I know some of you that are teachers. You're getting close to the end of the school year, and that's very exciting. I'm headed up to Savannah next weekend for my daughter's graduation from Savannah College of Art and Design. And the weekend after that is the retreat in Lakeland. So, if you're coming to Lakeland, maybe do a little shout out in the comments that you're going to Lakeland. And I mean, I know who's going to Lakeland, but some of our other scrappy friends that are watching tonight, that way they'll know who's going to Lakeland. The registration is open for Mount Dora in October. I really have 1 to 2 spots left for the mountains. A spot if somebody wants a bed by themselves. If 2 friends want to go together, they can share a bed and 2 people can come. There's 26-foot tables at the mountains house. So if you're interested in that, you can let me know. That is quickly closing. Lakeland's full. And like I said, Mount Dora is open. You can register. That's October. It's Friday to Sunday with an optional stay till Monday evening. So you can get a whole extra day and make a long weekend of it. Alrighty. Thank you all for the congratulations for April. So just real quick before we dive in, share this live and you'll be entered to win a free card kit next month. Everybody that's already registered for May is going to have a chance to win the Blue Jeans card kit from Creative Memories. All right, let's dive in. We're going to do it. Put these cards together in the order that I packed them. I think they're all in the same order. I only say that because somebody in my house was helping me and I had little bins with all of the card pieces set out and they picked them up and they might have mixed up the order. So hopefully we won't have to do too much shuffling around. But we're going to start with the card that has the fun fold. I don't know if it was last month now or 2 months ago. We had lots of fun fold cards. And this month we have another one. So let me find it. This is our fun fold card. It doesn't actually, it doesn't move or anything, but you can see here it's like a cutout. So you'll see how the fun fold works. All right. So this is what you're going to need for this card, the Hello Aloha. Now you could do both the Hello and Aloha like I did here. Or you can just pick one or the other. I thought of that like when I was doing this one, just a little note to say mahalo. Well, of course, I lived in Hawaii and my husband's from Hawaii. So I know what mahalo means. And I thought, oh goodness, maybe I don't know. Does everyone know what mahalo means? Mahalo means thank you. And so if you don't want the mahalo on there, when we get to this card, of course you could trim it off, flip the card stock over and do thank you if you want, or you could just make the person Google it if they don't know what mahalo means, and they'll wonder what you're saying to them maybe. So with the hello and aloha, again, I think most people know aloha means hello. It also means goodbye and it means love. So this could really mean a variety of things. So let's jump right in. You should have your little baggie of black jewels. I didn't use any dimensionals on this, so you can set your dimensionals aside. This little piece of paper is reversible, so you can see what we've got going on here. And then you should have a square, your hello aloha, and your leaf, which has the black and white on the back side, and your little stamen for your hibiscus if you want to add it, or like with mine, I didn't even add it over here. So totally up to you. I'm going to slide this off so we can go over the fold first. I did ask that you grab a personal trimmer. You might need it to trim the little triangle. You'll see when we get there. You're going to need it definitely for one of the other cards. So before we get too deep in, if you don't have a little personal trimmer handy, you'll want to grab that. You also should have a little pair of scissors, and that is because if you pick up this base for this card, it should have this little triangle kind of notched out of it, okay? So, and it have a score line for the middle, so you can go ahead and fold at the score for the middle of your card. Of course, I just folded it the wrong way. You want your triangle to be in the front. All right. So then if your cut doesn't go all the way to this fold line, like I can see this one right here doesn't go all the way to the edge. Someone just messaged me, and I'm not sure if they're watching, but they asked how much the card kits are. And for 5 cards, the card kits are $20. If I ship it to you, it's $25. $20 if you come pick it up from my house in Port Orange, Florida. All right. So go ahead and notch it to the score line. And then, this is where it gets tricky. You're going to bend on the score line, and then it just folds over. Okay, so it's really easy. But it's just a fun fold. I love these kind of, just fun. All right, so the key is to make sure that you have snipped all the way up to the edge, and then you're going to fold over. All right, now what we're going to do, and this is the most complicated card, so don't worry. So now you're going to position, your base, or not your base, your background on this card. Oh, let's make sure that the right side is up. Although, as is usual, you can use either side, right? Most of this paper, I almost said all, but most of this paper is reversible. So there's a little bit of crafter's choice going on. This is the way I designed it. This is the way I'm going to make it. But if you want to, as I say, off-road, you are more than welcome to. So what I want you to do next is, you can see there's about 1/8 of an inch around the edge on the background. So you're just going to snip at about 1/8 of an inch, and then snip here, same thing, about 1/8 of an inch from this score line. Then now you know where you're going to need to cut. Then you can grab your personal trimmer and line up. Of course, I just lost them. Where'd you go? Let me make it a little bit longer so I can find them again. Once you have the little snip, then you can line them up using the trimmer. Now this is the Creative Memories personal trimmer. I love this for small pieces of paper and for photos. There's really nothing like it. You get such a nice clean edge. If you're joining tonight and you're new here, if you share the video, you'll be entered to win the June card kit. Okay. All right. So now that we've snipped that off, you can go ahead and attach it to your base. Then we're going to work on this piece. And this is where I was saying you're probably going to need to trim just a little bit off. So we're going to line up the edge here, and we're going to cut it just the same. I'm going to tip this to the side, right? You want to cut it evenly and just cut off about a little less than 1/4 of an inch. And then that should be perfect. After you get those two pieces on, you can go ahead and put on your black and white square. All right. So don't put any tape in this section. You want to put I'm going to put the tape on the card base so that I don't tape down that middle section, but I don't want to go all the way to the edge because I don't want it to, I don't want it to see it coming out from the paper. All right, so now that that's taped on, I can flip this over. I'm going to add some more tape to the little flap so that it stays down. That little flap. And then I can put on this triangle. I did have somebody ask me, oh, what Creative Memories paper this is. This is actually Keller's Creations, or and something that I bought a bunch of packs of, knowing I was drawn to it, and I just knew that I wanted to use it for a card class. I actually have some embellishment kits that go with it that I'll be that I'll have for sale and for giveaways. All right, so now that you've got all those pieces on, hopefully you're still with me. You can go ahead and either use your trimmer or use your scissors and just cut this in half. All right, and then I'm just going to do it just like my sample here. And yes, I do, these are all my designs. Then I'm going to kind of tuck one edge under the corner of the leaf. And I'm going to attach these flat. But if you want, I like to, when sometimes with these leaves, I like to pop up just one, just like down here. Not so that the whole thing is popped up, if you know what I mean, but just a little bit popped. I'm going to switch over to my repositionable tape so I can just go crazy with the tape and not worry about it showing through. And then I just put a little one dimensional there. Just so that it gives it a little bit of a lift there. And then I'll go ahead and add the hello, kind of push it over. The card, there are 5 different cards. Sometimes there's 6. There's never less than 5, Deborah. So like these are the 5 we're making tonight, the one we're working on right now, plus these other ones. And sometimes I just can't help myself, and there's a 6th bonus card, because as I'm designing, then I just get inspired, and then I just don't want to leave one of them out, because usually they go with the paper packs match or whatever, and I feel like if I don't do it, then I'll just it'll never see the light of day. And I am going to attach my little statement. I'm using my precision point adhesive. When you sign up for the classes, just as a reminder, if you need to add a tape refill or precision point adhesive or a water pen, you can do that at that time. So I was just about to say that's it, but that's not it. We've got 6 little jewels to add. So I just find I've given you 20 jewels. It's more than you'll need. So if you love the jewels, you could do it as I designed it first. I mean, you can do whatever. Some of you I know have your own little stash of jewels. But if you don't have your stash of jewels, do it the way I designed it first, and then you can go back. Now, look at me using my finger. That's because my handy dandy jewel applicator is on my desk around the corner. It never fails. I always, and see the mess I'm making, so I'm going to go get it. I haven't left you. Well, I have, but I'll be back. It is much easier with these little guys. You can also use an eraser of a pencil. I find I have to lick it first, so you won't want to use a pencil that's been kicking around the house for years. But these you can add on when you purchase your card kit for $5. And I find I like to use liquid adhesive, the precision point adhesive. I think maybe, even though my original design was just 3 and 3, I feel like I started mine a little low, and I'm going to add a 4th one up here. Okay. So those will dry up as we work. And yeah, that's true. Bling it up. But it's so the fold isn't interactive for the person you give it to, but it is different. It's a different kind of look than maybe someone's used to. So let me know where you're all at, and I will move on when you guys chime in and say you're done with that one. I will take a sip of kombucha while we wait. For the next one, we're going to need our water pen, because that is the little hula dancer. So you're going to need your water pen. If you don't have a water pen, you can just, and you got a paintbrush around, you can just use the paintbrush in a little shot glass of water. If you don't have that, then you can, if you've got your own colored pencils or alcohol markers or whatever you want to do is fine. But I believe the next one that you have in your packet is the Hula Girl. So I know a couple of you have said you're done. And if you're just joining, I do see some new names, and that's great. Welcome, welcome. This is the May card class. If you share this live video to your Facebook page and then comment here, shared, you'll be in a drawing to win the June card kit. So somebody is going to win that, and I will draw for that tomorrow night to give chance for people to watch the replay. So everyone that's sharing now live, if your friends don't see what you have shared until later and they listen, then they might have a chance to win too if they share. Is it safe to proceed? Where's my, okay, this is the one. This is going to be our next card. Our little hula girl. Say it with happy birthday. I feel like your hands are busy. Let me scroll back here. I don't know. Okay, bunch of dones just came through. Alrighty, so for this one, now you can leave them attached because this is the way the print is, or you can cut them apart. So I actually cut them apart, and you can see that the order is it different? Well, I guess it's not different. I use the same order, but I did cut them apart just so that tactilely it wasn't flat. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them apart again, and that way there's a little bit of space between each little strip. And let's see. My second favorite trimmer. I only say that because the Creative Memories 12-inch trimmer is my first favorite trimmer. But this, I love this trimmer. There really isn't a trimmer I've found that gives you year after year a clean cut. Okay, so now I need to trim these. So it looks like, usually I don't have you all doing any type of cutting, but I figured you could cut these strips apart, although I should have trimmed them to length for you. I apologize. I will never do that again. All right, so we're going to cut off 3/4 of an inch. Now I am going to do that all at once with this trimmer. I think I did it right. I totally eyeballed that. All right, I'll cut a little bit more off, but by all means, you can definitely measure that. Might have been a little ambitious with 4 sheets of cardstock. All right. Now we're ready to go, and I'm gonna attach them in the same order that I have here. So stripes, and then, I don't know, feather? What do we call this shape? And then the little flowers and the polka dots. All right. And let me just see what kind of space I'm gonna get between them. Yep, about 1/8 of an inch. I think I'll be running here in a second to grab another tape refill. Oh boy, forgot to plug in my phone. Excuse the earthquake here as I plug in. Hopefully that is working. Hopefully that's charging. Charger's right here, of course. So these are about 1 inch to 3/4 of an inch wide if you want to make this cardigan. I will say a great tool to have if you design along and play along, or if you have the card kits, is a 0 centering ruler, because you can go back and measure all the pieces. In fact, that's what I do. I design them first, and then I go back and measure every single piece on the card and make a list and go back and cut everything for everyone. All right, so then now that you've got those attached, we are going to attach this piece down here in the bottom right, and then we've got our hula girl. Now we're going to paint our hula girl. You can attach her damp, because remember, we're not going to get her soggy wet. This is your watercolor ink, and you definitely want to, less is more. You do not want to flood your watercolor with water. So you just want to add a little bit of water. You can see there. Can you see it? It's wet. My brush is very kind of wet. So you want to kind of dry it off so that you can and this is the, well, no, we're gonna paint teal on these flowers up here. So you should have a larger little swath of teal there. So I think I already mentioned, but if this makes you uncomfortable, or if you're just not, great with the watercolor, you can use your, alcohol inks or any other markers that you have. I think that's what I was going to say before. Kind of do a poll to see how many of you actually use these that I send, and how many just go ahead and use your own items. So if you've got some scrap paper, you can just clean off the brush. And then, so I did her hair first, and now I'm going to go back and do her flowers. I should mention, because my daughter was born in Hawaii, and my husband, I already mentioned, was born and raised in Hawaii, and I graduated from college in Hawaii. I'm sure you've seen pictures. If not, go ahead and Google like Hawaiian graduation. The leis are like, you practically can't even see the graduates. Like, they have leis stacked up to their eyes. So for both of my children's high school graduations, I ordered leis from Hawaii. And yes, it's terribly expensive, but it just wouldn't be a graduation for my family without it. So the leis are arriving in Savannah on Thursday, and we'll store them in the fridge until April graduates on Friday. And then for my son's high school graduation, I also made him some candy leis, and there's some really fun YouTubes on doing some candy leis, but I'm gonna make a money lei for April too. All right, so now I've got her top here is teal, and then I can do the grass skirt and her little ankles. So I'll post a picture on Daytona Area Scrapbooking of graduation. She left this morning to go finish up some last minute things for the quarter, for her finals. And I got to help her. I was using the custom cutting system this morning, helping her. Alrighty. Well, I think that about does it for our little hula girl. Alrighty. And then if you're done with this, I'm probably taking longer than all of you, but if you're done, go ahead and say done. And if you do want to purchase your own collection of watercolor pencils, they are pretty cheap. You can get a whole set. Obviously, I actually looked at, like, maybe back to school time. I can include that in a card kit. There'll be some crazy deal on watercolor pencils. But for now, this seems to work, and then everybody has it. But if you do like it, the watercolor pencils and the water pen and the look of that, you can definitely pick up a whole set. I think I got a set of 50 for, like, I don't know, $15. I'm going to add some dimensionals. Now, because she's not all sopping wet, you can go ahead and add them right now. Did I mention it was Jacqueline's birthday? Happy birthday, Jacqueline Wilbanks from Texas. I'm in Florida. She's joining us from Texas. And we've got Georgia watching. We've got Florida. All right. So there's our little hula girl. Our little happy birthday hula girl. I try to just do one happy birthday a month. Because I don't know, I feel like that's the most cards I have. Now, true, everybody we know has birthdays. But I feel like I need, like, things like sympathy cards and that kind of thing more often than I need a happy birthday card. So how are we doing? Let me know when you're done, and we will move on to the next. You can set your watercolor piece aside. We are going to come back to that. Let me look and see when that is. Of course, that's our last card. That's funny. I was not thinking. While your water brush is out, I should have gone ahead and had you do that. but I wasn't thinking about that when I was packing up the card kits. All right, birthday girl's done. It's 180 degrees in my workshop right now, so I'm going to use my card as a fan. All right, this is our next one we are doing. I think hopefully your next stack looks like this. Does it? Hopefully it does. If it doesn't, well then look through your stack and pull out the stack. I also made a change. I decided to go with 2 green on here just for a little bit of contrast. Originally I had 2 different ones, and so you have 2 green leaves in your packet tonight. I'll leave this over here. This is our next one. All right, so this is a landscape one. This is going to be a fairly straightforward assembly. No fancy folds, no watercolors. Just going to fold your base. And then we've got our background. You do have options here if you want to go with these hibiscus. You can do that, or you can go with the green. Since we've got a lot of teal going on, I went with the green, but this is also reversible. That to me is a little busy, but you could go with that for sure. So I always love for you to post. Just pay attention that these are reversible, so take care to put the adhesive on the opposite side you want up, because you know we've all done that before, where you get moving and grooving and then next thing you know. And sometimes in these card classes online, if you just assume that it's the same on both sides, you could put it on this side and then you're kind of stuck. So after you put your background on, you'll find a slightly larger white piece. It's got plaid on the other side. So if you like the way that looks, you can also turn that up. Alrighty. And let's see what else. Yes, the Jacquelines, because you both spell your names the same. When I'm writing a list, I refer to you in my list by your last names. Alrighty. So the little teal piece goes on top of the white. I use the white side, not the plaid side, just because I liked the crispness of the white. What did I do with my sending peaceful thoughts? Uh-oh. Is it stuck to me? Well, I hope I'm the only one that's missing their sending peaceful thoughts. Well, that's silly. Not that it hasn't happened before. So, hopefully everybody has all their pieces. My kit is usually the last one to get put together. So, I don't know. Usually it's hiding somewhere. Thankfully, I have this stamp here and can make it another one for myself as soon as we conclude. So, this piece right here is going to kind of go in the center over to the side. So this is flat on. And then you've got this piece goes next, and it's going to go in the bottom corner of your teal piece here. Next, you're going to put your sentiment. So you can see how it's 3 layers. This square, your sentiment, and then the other square. 1, 2, 3. All right, so you won't see my sentiment on there because I need to locate it. But when this one goes on, it's going to cross over these two pieces. So once your sentiment goes on, this goes on top. And then you can place your leaves. Now, I did pop those up with dimensionals. I'm going to steal it. I'm stealing it from over here. All right. So you saw what I did there. I kind of worked them together. So I could see their position. And then I'll use dimensionals to attach these guys. You just need dimensionals for these guys. So make sure you have just a couple dimensionals left. Everything else is flat. And again, the dimensionals are one of those things, kind of like the alcohol inks and other things, that if you have more at home, a lot of times I'll use, they have like slim ones, and I forget who makes those. You can order these ones when you order your card kits as well. All right, now it's time to bling this up. And so I'm going to do just kind of like the other one. 4 up this way. And I kind of preloaded the adhesive. Now I'll go back and add them. And then I'm going to do 3 more down here. All right. If you haven't yet, you can share this live, especially if you're done working on this card. Pop some of these bubbles here. I have some adhesive bubbles. And you'll be entered to win a June card kit for free. All right. And that one is done. Just let me know when you're done. Sending peaceful thoughts. I thought this was a nice sentiment. This could be a sympathy. This could just be somebody that's having a hard time. Maybe somebody that's asked you to pray for them. Maybe somebody that's just going through something in their life, but maybe a sympathy card isn't appropriate. I thought this one was a different sentiment. And of course, those of you that are avid card makers, sometimes I'll do this. I'll chalk edges of different things. And of course, I know some of you have that type of stuff right within arm's reach when you're doing your card kits with me. So you can go ahead and do that, or maybe you go back and do that. But that's always a great look. Unfortunately, I don't do it like on every card because, again, without sending you that chalking ink, that just that adds to the prep time for me. And you wouldn't believe how long it takes to cut all these pieces. All right. Our next card is this one. Just a little note to say mahalo. Again, if you're unsure about mahalo, you can trim that off. And if you have a thank you stamp and you don't want to do that, or inside, actually, it might be fun to say in Hawaiian, mahalo means thank you, and I'm just sending you this little note to thank you for whatever. This is another landscape one, so we're gonna go ahead and fold and make it landscape. This one, it's got several little moving parts here. We're gonna put our polka dot down. Of course, this is the other side. So if you'd rather that side, you can. But I designed it with polka dots in mind. The next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna lay out all the rest of the pieces. So yours will be a lighter teal. I could not, when I was making sure I had all my pieces, which is probably how I lost that other sentiment, I couldn't find that one. So these pieces kind of just, this one is all the way under. The black and white one is all the way under the triangle. And then this teal one, and then the pineapple one. Then we're gonna stick our just a little note to say mahalo, and then we'll add our black pineapples. Now I tucked the one pineapple underneath the sentiment in my sample like this, but you can do whatever you want with these pineapples, however you see fit. So I'm going to go ahead and stick down the triangle first, and then go back and add the rest. So this little guy goes here. And our teal. And then our fun pineapple paper. And the pineapple paper, the pineapple punch is a Creative Memories punch and is still available. So I am gonna go just about there. I'm gonna go flat with my sentiment, and then I just kind of bent up my little the tops of my pineapples so that they kind of looked three-dimensional. And I will tuck that. Now I'm going to use my repositionable tape so that I can just do like this and not worry about all the little holes. And then I'll stick that on. There we go. And now we've got this nice little space. You didn't, Jacqueline? All right, we'll check, since we only have one card left, make sure it didn't fall down with the other one. If not, I'll send you, you can grab something from your stash, or I can mail you a piece to put in there. Sorry about that. Last time, someone was missing, someone had two of. I try to cut exactly what I need so that if I'm short one, then it's then I know something's off. And sometimes they turn up. Sometimes an animal has taken them. So I'm going to put 3 little jewels down here. I've got 5 jewels left. I think I gave everyone 20. So if you've been doing the jewels as I have, there aren't jewels on the last card. So you really could go with all 5 of these if you wanted. Actually, I'm going to do 3 down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to do 2 up here. And you might notice a little bit of white showing when I drop the jewel on there, but that will dry clear. I'm using the precision point adhesive. So now that one is done. You don't have it either, Marshall? Interesting. I don't have any cats that I can blame. We are in the home stretch now. We just have this one card left. I definitely like it better with the lighter teal, this darker teal. So, you're missing a pineapple. What on earth? You don't have 3 pineapples? All right, well, check around on your other ones in this bottom layer. Make sure it's not in the bottom layer. Definitely give you a pineapple. I need to contact quality control here. All right, and then just let me know when you are ready to move on. Here is our next one. This is the sympathy one, and it's our last one. And we are going to paint. So while we're waiting for people to finish, you can go ahead and add your watercolor. Here's my water pen. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit. I kind of start in the middle, so that's the darkest part, and then kind of go out. And I did do this daemon too. The thing I like about watercolor is it doesn't have to be perfect, you know? I like that look because I'm definitely not perfect. So it's a medium that definitely lends itself to, it's so soft too. The look of it, I mean. Hopefully everybody's got their little hibiscus. Alrighty. I think I'm about satisfied with that. And once you're done with those, you can go ahead and fold your card base. And then we've got our deep teal as a background. This is just regular Creative Memories cardstock, so you don't have to worry about putting adhesive on the wrong side. would help if I was working where you could see. And then this beautiful, I love this print. The back is black, but I love this beautiful flower print. Alrighty. Then you should have your With Sympathy stamp and this other piece. Now I'm going to go with the green side up. So I'm going to stick the sentiment to the green first, and then stick this. Now I'm overlapping into the deep teal part down here at the bottom, so that it's overlapping into this area. And then I'm going to take my dimensionals. I'm going to put 2 on the big one and 1 on the little one. And, oh my, something. Oh, before I do that, I almost forgot about the black leaf. And this one is going to tuck under. I actually tucked it between the green and the sentiment. You can kind of play around with it and see where you like it to go. A lot of it's going to get covered by your other hibiscus. Make sure I'm grabbing the right tape runner here. I want the repositionable one. And then I can add this hibiscus. And that will do it. In all seriousness, if you're missing something, I'm happy to mail it to you. Even if there's a cat or something that damaged it, send me a text, send me a message, and I will be happy to mail it to you. No problem. And now would be a good time to remind everyone that if you're registered for tonight, you are already registered to win the Blue Jeans card kit, and I have everyone's names in here and we'll be picking that right away. If you aren't registered for tonight, I'd love for you to share. If you've stuck with us, I'd love for you to share this video to your Facebook page, and you could win the June card class. And so I will draw for that tomorrow night at 6:45. So you have until about 6:30 to share. Make sure you come back here and in the comments write shared if you shared, so that I know. What? Oh my goodness, Rosie. What, you don't have 4? Well, that is just, I don't, how much should I give you? A whole sheet of green? That's crazy. We'll chat. I'll message you after. All right, now for the winner of the card kit. Let's see everyone's names in here. Well, it's Marianne Signs. She already has a free card kit coming to her because she won at my open house. Oh no, wait. What am I doing? I'm mixing up my prizes. Marianne Signs, you won this. That's what I was drawing for, not the June card kit. So congratulations, Marianne. You've actually won one of these before. I know that you will enjoy putting them together and mailing them off. So congratulations, Marianne. And let's see what else. That's it. Do know that I am putting together some no frills crops at the VFW in Port Orange for this summer. They're going to be on a weekday, probably a Friday. And I won't be like transforming the room. We won't be doing any fundraiser or anything like that. We'll just kind of first come. Well, I will take reservations. There will be a charge because we have to, because we do have to pay for the room. So there will be a charge. They have 21 tables. So depending on if people choose a full table or a half table, oh, I've got 2 of these. We can fit 21 or more. But again, so I will be working on getting those dates out to you ASAP. I just talked to them today and got their available dates, so I'm going to confirm on my calendar and confirm on my calendar, and then no, just kidding. And then I will let you know. Okay. You see it? Can you see them all? No bling on here. No bling on here. All right. Well, thank you all for joining me. Don't forget, it's not too late to share and tag your friends. And I will be giving away a June card kit tomorrow night. So thank you all for watching. Until I see you again, stay scrappy, my friends. Talk to you soon.